Hello, collective, and welcome in. So we're gonna start this reading with the Guardian of Fossils, King of Pentacles energy, represented by the bear here. Earth energy, stable energy. This is kind of representing to me, this person is like a head of a family, especially because we're around the holidays. So a lot of the readings right now is going to be, a lot of it is going to have a lot of focuses on holiday events, family events, birthdays, Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner, church, all those types of different types of events that happen during this time of year. So this is going to be a person who is like a head of a family. If we're talking about, holiday time, they could also be the head of like a job, like a manager or owner of a business, employer, just a head of a group, right? This person is very stable. They've got their finances in order, the King of Pentacles. They always have, just like the bear, they hibernate. They probably have some snacks stashed away. If they don't, they don't. But, if I was a bear, I would have snacks stashed away to eat to go through the whole winter. But this person is definitely somebody who is, they just, they kind of got their stuff together, especially when it comes to materials. They got their house, they got their car, they got their savings, they got their education, they got their career, they got their business, they got their family. They just, they got stuff together. And so this person is the head of a group, and they're a leader of a group, especially around a group of people who also desire to be stable like that, because that's a huge accomplishment. And not everybody's able to do it. Not everybody's able to be this stable. Not everybody's able to, say that they own a home, especially now in this economy, right? So, and then we have another person here, and they're representative of the Seeker of Shells, polar bear, which is another bear. So we've got a lot of bear energy coming out. If that's a special animal for you, if that's your animal, your animal spirit, all that kind of stuff. Or I would definitely look up, bears right now. Bears as spirit animals, and kind of see where that falls in line with you. But this polar bear here is the Seeker of Shells, Knight of Cups energy, making an emotional offer. So this could be somebody who is actually making an emotional offer to this bear. We call him brown bear, grizzly bear. For some reason, there is an emotional offer of some kind. And it's coming towards this head of the family here. And however, that's significant. And then the third person is a Seer of Branches, Page of Wands energy, the fox. Very, very clever. It's got a lot of energy, very adventurous. Gets bored easily, funny, interesting, a little quirky, little odd around the edges type of person. And a family dynamic. This could be a child, or somebody who's young, somebody who's way, way younger. Like, if this is a family dynamic, then this bear, the King of Fossils, would be like a grandfather or an older father. And this would be like, one generation down, and then this one would be, the next generation down, the child. But what I'm seeing is these three people are actually working together. Yeah, they're working together on something. So they could be working together on planning family events. They could be working together on cooking a meal. But whatever it is, they are working together to pursue something, working on a project together. And as you can see, it's kind of like, this would be the bear, right? The center. This one would be this Knight of Cups, and then this one would be the page on the side here. So they're working on something together. That could be they're working on a business together. They could be working on holiday events. They whatever it is, or even just literally building something. but they are working together. And then we have a fourth person here. Ooh, so a lot of people. So that's why I kind of see with the amount of court cards that are coming out right now, this is definitely hitting very strongly on a family gathering, big time. It's just not surprising. Like I said before, we're coming up on Thanksgiving, and then it's all she wrote, because Thanksgiving, Christmas dinner, all that kind of stuff. So this is the Guardian of Shells. We got Scorpio energy right here, represented of the Shark, King of Cups energy. This person is led by their emotions and their feelings, but also doesn't let their emotions and feelings get the better of them. But this is somebody who is really emotionally secured. Now, I think that this person is actually also the Knight of Shells. So this person may have offered to be part of this group. Oh, but they're kind of keeping to themselves. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. So there's a person in a group who offered to be in a group because they really cared about the people that were in this group. And this person is kind of keeping to themselves, or they're keeping something specific to themselves, because we have a 7 of feathers here. So they're not really, they kind of got one foot in and one foot out, and it could be having to deal with their intuition. This could be you, this could be somebody else, but whatever it is, somebody's intuition is telling them that they don't need to be fully invested in a group activity of some kind. And that stuff, that is actually being revealed. That's coming to the light. So somebody's been half-ass or half SSA doing something. They haven't been putting their all into something, and that's coming out into the open, okay? And they're gonna really confess, like, they're not into it for a reason. You know what I mean? Their intuition is telling them that working in this group is gonna lead to loss of connection, it's gonna lead to heartbreak, and it's also going to lead to loss of assets. So they're literally starting something brand new with these 2 aces. They're starting something brand new. They're choosing something else, and they're doing this independently, and it's hurting the rest of the group. And there's a lot to be said about that. You know what I mean? These people might have known each other for a very, very long time. This group of people knew each other for a very, very long time. Okay? And that's basically how things are ending, though. But this is the completion. You know, not everything, though, although we might plan on things going for years at a time, it doesn't mean that they're going to go for years. It doesn't mean that they're meant to. So this is all supposed to happen. This is almost like a graduation for this whole group and this whole people. And like I said, you could be in this group, or you could be on the outskirts of this group, but it affects you somehow, some way. But I hope this insight really helps. Please, please, please don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you for the next one. Thank you guys so much. Bye.